keyway. So it must be a challenge lock from Andy Siniceros. Yeah, he likes these. This came in a while back. He's got this thing completely sealed up. Even the tailpiece has a piece of tape to prevent me from removing it and doing any kind of, cheating back there by chimming it. And that's okay. We got a key. It is a Schlage key, but totally mummied. And that's fine, too, because you know what? We don't need that stinking key. I'm just going to pick this thing and hopefully not have to do another whipped by video so soon after doing that other one. That'll be a good sign I need to take up something else like, flower arrangement or maybe needlepoint. I don't know. I haven't decided for sure, but I'm looking at options. 50,000, it is a Schlage keyway. It is not a real Schlage, though, because when you look at the keyway here, let me grab that pick. It doesn't say Schlage. And when it's an aftermarket like this one, a lot of times, and this is the case, you can fit a 15,000. This is from the Praxis kit. This is a DeForest. I can fit and work from the bottom, which is a little bit of an advantage, particularly in challenge locks from Andy. A normal Schlage, that little piece of warding sticks out a little too far and it won't let you do that. So you're forced to pick from that ledge and go around the corner. But in this case, I'm going to go from the bottom. All right, see what we got. I may as well go clockwise. Good a way as any. All right, all the way in. Very light tension because I know Andy's evil ways. It is a little tight in the back there in the warding, but we'll make it work. Looking for a binder. Okay, that was 3. Got a very slight turn on the core. I think that's 2, a little counter rotation. Come on. A little crunch in there, but I lost that false set. Come on. Caught. There we go. I'm just basically dancing on the pins, looking for a binder. There we go. 3, little turn on the core. Okay, we've been through this before. This is how I screwed up last time. Is he dumb enough to do it again? You know the answer to that. Of course I am. And there we. It was 2. Okay. That time we got a click and I did not lose a false set. I'm trying to figure out if that is still counter rotation or if I should leave them. I'm going to leave them alone and look around a little bit. Checking 4 and 5. It's really tight in the warding back there. I don't know why it would be different. Okay, that was counter rotation on 4. I got a little turn on the core. Back there, it does seem to tighten up a little bit. Okay, there's 4 again. He fell back down. Let me get on him. There we go. That was the warding, not a pin. That was a pin. That was 3, I think. Okay, that's the only one giving feedback, what I thought was counter rotation. I mean, it's so slight, but I got nothing else, so I'm going to go for it. I'm trying not to drop my tension wrench. Okay, we got a click on him, but I lost some false set. Get through that warding. Okay, that was 5. Got a click. Another click. 3. Still looking at a good false set. Which tells me I'm hung up probably on a spool. All I got to do is find some counter rotation. I'm good. Of course, that's the trick. Okay, I believe I'm getting it on 4. I think that was him. Got 2 clicks and then turn on the core. Not open yet, though. 3, counter rotation, very slight. Hope this is not one of Andy's infamous deep spools that makes everything drop. Come on. Oh, like your tension wrench. And there we go, we got it open. All right, it's not turning because I believe, it's not turning all the way. I believe our actuator, let's zoom out a little bit, is getting caught up on this tape. So let's just, yeah, it's open. All right, there we go. All right, Andy, let's see what you got in here. This is kind of nasty, I got to say. The keyway, I think, is what made it nasty. Let's just go ahead and take this tape off of here. We do have a key. Let me pull this tape off. Then we will open up the key. Get a pinning board. We don't need that tape. And cut this dude open. Oh, excuse me. Pollen here on the northeast right now is just horrendous. Unbelievable. It's like you got to walk through a cloud of stuff every time you go outside. When my car looked like it had a layer of mold. Oh my God. My car looked like it had a layer of mold growing on it. Only from Andy Siniceros. Look at that. Oh my God. I'm glad we didn't look at the key first. That would not have been encouraging. All right, let's make sure that Andy's key does work. If not, we'll be picking this thing again. Okay, got a little caught up there, but when you jiggle it, oops, sorry, it does work. So I'm not unhappy. Man, look at that. That's all the way down as far as I've ever seen it cut. But it works, so it's a valid lock. At least challenge lock. I'm not sure a customer would be happy with that bidding. Can you imagine? I'm trying, coming home late at night in the dark. You've had a little too many adult beverages, and you're trying to shove an unlubed key into that. Well, never mind. Let's not go there. Come on, turn. Oh. That just fell out of the back. When I pulled it, it did turn and it pulled, and that fell out of the back. And a spring popped out. Come on. I know you work. You worked until that spring fell out of there. Damn it. I hate it when that happens. All right. Let's see if we can shove that guy up. This is not going to work. There we go. Whew. Man, that was not good. He came out as 6. When I turned the key, it came out just enough so that the last pin popped out. It was a standard, looks like a little wafer. So I'm going to put him right there, and his spring, here he is, came out as well. I didn't think we're going to get that thing, to get that key to turn. But today must be my lucky day, huh? There you go, that's why. Because we're looking at 7 pins, Bill. Look at that. Man. I did not even feel for that last one, to be honest with you. All right. Come out of there. Come out. Don't throw the pins everywhere. Okay. All right, let's start dumping. I'm going to keep... He was probably in 7. He's probably not in 6 since we have 7. Well, we'll figure it out. All right, we have a completely serrated key pin. Look at that. I think that's part of a screw. Number 2, standard. 3, standard. 4 is another one of these kind of threaded looking things. So I can only imagine that chamber 4 is threaded. 5, come on out of there. Standard. 6, standard. 7, homemade. Again, he's got a spool element and a lot of rough edges on him. All right, the chambers. What do we got? Threaded in 1, where we had that threaded screw. 2, standard. 3, I don't think we have anything in 3 there. Yep, we have undercuts in 3 on both sides. We got undercuts in 4 on both sides. Number 5 is standard, number 6 is standard, and number 7, come on focus, is threaded. So we got undercuts in 3 and 4. Okay, undercuts in 3 and 4. So I can only imagine what's going to be upstairs. I don't see any. This one is in a threaded chamber, so I'm not too worried about him. Tweezers. All right, I'm going to put the camera up a little bit. There we go. So I keep everything in frame. Okay, we have basically a wafer. There's a master wafer in 1, and that's it. Got a spring, steel spring. Number 2, we have very strong spring and a homemade, looks like spool. And a brass spring, or copper rather. Number 3, another homemade, very sharp edges. Remember that was undercut, as was this one. Okay. Spring, nothing. He's not coming out. All right, let's just move on to 4. Okay, I'm looking at 4 and nothing popped out. He's there, but he's absolutely flush with the top. I think you can see him there. Look, probably another wafer. Nope. It is a T-pin. The looked like the angled part was pointing up and the T-pin was pointed towards that baby spring. Let me get him oriented before I forget. All right, I'm going to slide this through all the way through, and let's pick from the back so that way we can see as things start to pop up. All right, this last one, nothing should come out of him because he dumped unexpectedly when we slid the core out. Next one, we have a homemade, very nice. And a steel spring. Move him over here now. And the last one is number 5. Very strong spring, very tall pin. And that's what we're looking at, another homemade pin. Awesome. This is what I would expect from Andy, this level of nastiness. All right, we're missing 1 spring from chamber number 3. Let me get out the tool that I was using off camera on my own teeth a few moments ago and see if we can hook a spring. There he is. Little bitty steel spring stuck in chamber number 3. And upstairs, what do we got? No mods, no modifications whatsoever that I can see. So the only mods were to the core. Drop the screw there. So 1 and 7 threaded, and then 3 and 4 are both undercut. 1 and 7 threaded, so this is a threaded. We had a threaded screw-like one right there in number 1, and 7 also threaded. And then 3 and 4, so these two that have the nasty little cut and sharp edges were designed to snag in those undercuts. Very nasty. Andy, you obviously put a lot of thought, as you always seem to do. And then you also varied the springs to give varying tension. A couple of really strong ones and a couple of very, very weak ones, like a half a spring. Anyway, Andy, thank you, sir, for the lock. Everybody else, stay safe, stay legal. Guys, avoid Andy's locks.